Okay, hello everybody. My name is Taylor Masters, and I am going to be completing my oral exam. Alright, so the first course objective that I would like to talk about is recognize prejudice and oppressive institutional structures that marginalize gifted students from culturally diverse backgrounds, including race, class, language, and gender. So one of the things that really stuck out to me throughout this course with this was the Calhoun 60 Minutes video where it was in the early 90s and the students were still being tracked based on race essentially. It wasn't officially it wasn't official segregation, but you could definitely tell that the kids were tracked based on their race, and there were basically all black classes and all white classes. There were hardly any black kids that were in the gifted class, and there were a lot of white kids that were in the better class, and they had lower test scores, and it was just something that was kind of accepted, which is rather odd to me. And the second thing that stuck out with this was the U46 case, where the students were being segregated due to the fact that they were Hispanics. And I don't think this particular case was as malicious as in the Calhoun video, but regardless, the kids were still being segregated, and it was something that really challenged me because I have taught an ELL class before, and it's definitely good to have kids with similar backgrounds in the same class, but the fact that they were being completely isolated was just not helpful for their education because they're not going to experience any culture but their own, and vice versa for the kids that don't get to take classes with the Hispanic kids. So all around, I just wasn't a big fan of either one of these instances and didn't even really know that they were going on. Okay, so the second course objective that I wanted to address was examining historical, legal, and policy changes and triumphs faced by students from culturally diverse backgrounds. The thing that stuck out to me, the biggest in all of this, was just how slow progress has been after Brown versus Board of Education. It wasn't like once Brown versus Board of Education happened, everybody was segregated and singing Kumbaya and all happy together. It was just really surprising to me how long it took to have more triumphs and more help for kids from culturally diverse backgrounds. And it was really eye-opening just how slow the process really has been and has continued to be. I mean, it's gotten better, but there's definitely a lot of work to do. So that was just something that really stuck out to me. And then finally, as far as my post plans for this, I'm definitely going to try to continue to pursue more literature and explore more on multiculturally gifted learners. I I feel like really, I mean, this goes for anything. You can't teach what you don't know. So if I'm not digging deeper and exploring more readings and trying to pursue more literature on kids with multicultural backgrounds, I might not even be aware of something that I might be doing wrong or something that's just not helpful for a child. So that's one of the things I really want to concentrate on going forward. And another one, especially just actually getting out of one of these meetings, is making professional development better towards addressing the needs of multicultural gifted learners. I just feel like a lot of times in PDs it's very non-interactive, and someone is just coming and talking at you, and you sit and they watch this presentation, and a lot of times it's not even really focused on multicultural gifted learners. It's more focused on content, and I feel like most teachers are perfectly comfortable with content. It's the other things like socio-emotional meeting the socio-emotional needs of students that really need to be addressed much more than helping teachers with content and giving teachers information. Not only giving teachers information, but giving them ways to put that information into practice, as I would feel like would really help a lot of people in professional development. It would make it something that teachers don't just dread having to go to. Okay, so and finally, to the organizations that I will seek to help improve with some of my post plans for addressing the needs of multicultural gifted learners. One is the NAGC and the other is the GAGC. I've actually worked with both of these websites in a few other courses, and I feel like they just have just a plethora of information that can really help teachers and parents figure out more about gifted learners, helping define what is gifted, and just helping teachers and parents address what exactly being gifted is and what that looks like. So I think both of these would be two organizations that would be helpful to not only read their material but the possibly contact as well to maybe help improve PD for teachers, or maybe even get more literature about gifted learners and continuing to improve my practice. Other than that, that is about it. Thank you guys for watching.